Hey guys, breaking news. There was an explosion happening in the Dominican Republic. I did some research and I was able to find some articles regarding giving me a little bit more details about what's happening. And you guys, it's a complete tragedy what happened in August 14th in the Dominican Republic. My heart completely goes out to those people who've lost their all of their families, one their sister, because there's a lot of people that are still missing, you guys. There's some more reports are coming in, pouring in, and people are completely devastated looking for their families. So I found this article from NBC, and I was able to take out, just read the whole thing in its entirety. So let's hear me out, you guys. Let me know what you think. My reading is not perfect, but I've tried. So let me know what you guys think. Alrighty, let's get into it. And he's saying that San Cristobal, Dominican Republic, the death toll from a powerful explosion near the Dominican Republic's capital rose to 11 on Tuesday, with dozens injured. Firefighters were searching through smoldering rubble as people gathered outside hospitals looking for missing loved ones. President Luis Abinader visited San Cristobal, located just west of Santo Domingo, to meet with those affected. Officials said an additional 10 people were missing and that authorities were still trying to extinguish the fire amid collapsed buildings and chariot vehicles. Oh my God, I'm so sorry if I butchered that. The search for survivors has been very difficult, Abinader said. The explosion occurred Monday afternoon at a bakery, with authorities investigating what might have caused the blast as they vowed to take action if a business was not operating to proper standards. Juan Manuel Mendez, director of the Emergency Operations Center, said at a press conference Tuesday night that responders had found the remains of unidentified people inside one building, but were waiting on forensics to determine the number of bodies. Monday's explosion also left more than 50 people injured as the blast tore through a bustling commercial center in San Cristobal. Authorities said at least 36 of the injured remain hospitalized, said Joel Santos, minister of the presidency. Stephanie Alcantara said her family was shopping when the explosion occurred. Her uncle, 42, is hospitalized with serious injuries, and her aunt is still missing. We don't know if she's dead or alive, she said. Oh my God. With tearful eyes as she waited outside a local hospital, feeling full of frustration, pain, and distress. Meanwhile, Jen Benzan de Los Santos said her sister and baby niece died in the explosion, and her father remains missing. They won't let me into the morgue to see if I can identify my father, she said. The country's emergency telephone system said the explosion occurred at the bakery in the city center, a bustling area known as Old Marketplace where people buy foods ranging from vegetables to clothes. The fire then spread to the hardware store. Sorry about that. The fire then spread to the hardware store next door and nearby furniture store. Oh my goodness. More than 500 first responders and officials responded to the explosion, which destroyed 4 buildings and damaged 9 others. Mendez told reporters. Among the victims was a 4-month-old baby who died from a head trauma and a woman who worked at a bank, officials said. Jose Ramon Ramirez Rivera, the owner of a local veterinary clinic, told the reporters that one of his 15 employees is still missing. An office fell on top of me. An office wall fell on top of me, he recalled. I couldn't breathe. Juan Jimenez, a farmer who lived several miles away, said he thought it was a thunder at first, given the usual storms that occur in August. He is now waiting for information on his female cousin, a 31-year-old professor who remains missing. A smoke still engulfed the city center on Tuesday. A health minister, Daniel Rivera, Urge everyone to wear face masks. This smoke is mixed with chemicals, he warned. Rivera and other officials went door to door to ensure that people had masks and determine whether they had any respiratory or skin problems. He also visited patients at a local hospital where people were still searching for loved ones. The first 24 hours are important, he said, adding that injuries includes burns, fractures, and respiratory problems. Abinader said the government will set up 2 mobile hospitals to provide further treatment, including psychological services to those affected. Meanwhile, Santos said the government is launching an investigation to determine whether the business where the explosion occurred was operating under proper regulations. It wasn't clear what caused the explosion, and authorities have not provided preliminary testimonies of danger. I am so sorry. And authorities have not provided a preliminary estimate of damages. These catastrophes have an order of priority. Save lives, save assets, ensure that the incident is extinguished, and then assess the damage, Santos said in a news conference. San Cristobal, the birthplace of Director Rafael Trujillo, was the site of another explosion nearly 23 years ago. An arms depot exploded in October 2000, killing at least 2 people and injured more than 24 others, forcing authorities to evacuate thousands. Well, that was the story, you guys. Like I said, they're still gathering more information. If you guys can tell in these videos that I've put here together, it is heartbreaking, it is heart-wrenching, and I'm gonna just leave it here. We're going to watch the videos again. Guys, keep the Dominican Republic's capital at heart in your prayers, because they are going through it. And just like we are one people, it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what you believe in. If you're a person with feelings, you will understand how terrible this is for anybody, for any nation. But I hope you guys have a great and amazing day, and check on your loved ones, check on your family, and have a great day. Like, comment,
Starting in the Dominican Republic, where at least 11 people are dead and dozens injured after an explosion near the capital. Firefighters are now searching through the smoldering rubble as people gather outside hospitals looking for loved ones. Matt, what do we know so far?
Yeah, Dan, this is still an investigation that's ongoing. Authorities don't know the cause of that explosion quite yet. This happened in a place called San Cristobal, which is just outside the capital of Santo Domingo, in a place called the Old Market, which is a very populated area. People go there for shopping. It was very crowded when this explosion happened. At least 10 people have died as a result. 11 people, authorities say, remain missing, so that death toll likely to go up, and dozens of additional people were injured. Authorities saying that they're looking into the idea that maybe some business operating illegally or in an unsafe way might have caused this explosion, but this investigation is still ongoing at this point.